Hi everyone, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me, and this is my third lesson on indices, and we're learning the third index law, which is the zero index. Anything with a power of 0 is equal to 1. It sounds like a really nice simple law, but it actually seems to be something that a lot of people forget about, so it is an important one to practice. So let me show you how this works. Anything that has a power of 0 is equal to 1. So t to the power of 0 is just equal to 1. It doesn't matter how messy or complicated things get down here. If it is all to the power of 0, which all of that is in brackets to the power of 0, then it is equal to 1. But sometimes you have a power of 0, but not everything is to the power of 0. The d is to the power of 0, so that part there that I've circled is equal to 1. So you've actually got a 7 out the front times by a 1, so the answer for this question is actually 7. So keep an eye out for that and make sure you work out which part is actually equal to 1. So here I have brackets again, all to the power of 0. So that whole thing there is equal to 1. So I have got 1 and I still have a plus 4. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Alright, question 5. Here is my power of 0. So this part here, only the h is to the power of 0. So that is a 1. Okay, so I have got a 2 times a 1, which is 2. But that is to the power of 3. So I have 2 to the power of 3. And I still also have here a minus 5. Okay, you could use a calculator for that, or we could work it out without. Let's see how we go. 2 to the power of 3 is 8 minus 5. And 8 minus 5 is 3. Question 6. Here's the power of 0. So b is to the power of 0, so that's equal to 1. And c is to the power of 0, so that is equal to 1. So on the top, I have 10 times 1, which is 10. And on the bottom, I have 2 times 1, which is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Alright, question 7. Looking for that power of 0, here is x to the power of 0, so that is equal to 1. And y to the power of 0, that is equal to 1. But everything else needs to stay there. So I have 4 times 1, so it's 4, times by 7y squared over 8 times 1, which is 8. Now, 4 times 7 is 28. Y squared over 8. And that can actually be simplified a little bit more. 28 and 8 can both be divided by 2. Well, actually, they can both be divided by 4. If we divide by 4, it simplifies it much faster. So if we divide by 4, we will get a 7y squared on the top and a 2 on the bottom. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you look for that power of 0. So here is a few questions, just like those ones. Pause the video, have a try, and we'll go through the answers together. So, question number 1, g to the power of 0, anything to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. In question 2, here is my d to the power of 0, so that is going to be equal to 1. But I have some other things there. 5 times 1 is 5, plus another 1 makes 6. Question 3. P to the power of 0, that's equal to 1. Let's write down what's left. I have 4 times 1, 4. That's squared plus 2. 4 squared is 16 plus 2 is 18. You could just type that line in your calculator if you don't want to do the steps yourself. Question 4. All of this is to the power of 0, so that whole thing is equal to 1. So I have 1 plus 9, which is equal to 10. Question 5. M to the power of 0 is 1. N to the power of 0 is 1. So on the top I have 14 times 1, which is 14. And on the bottom I have 6 times 1, which is 6, plus 1 is 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And the last one, b to the power of 0 is 1. Here's another b to the power of 0, which is 1. Let's just write down what's left after we do that. 9a times 5 times 1 is 5. And on the bottom, 1 times 3 is 3a. There's some more things that we can cancel off. We've got an a on the top and an a on the bottom. And 9 can divide by 3. So I could divide that by 3 to get 3 to cancel that one off. The denominator, there's nothing left. So on the top I have 3 times 5, which is 15, is the answer. That was a nice, short, quick rule to remember, hopefully. So hopefully you did pretty well with those practice questions. Keep on practicing and I will see you next time. Bye.